The Monster Files, The Midnight Entity, First Appearance, Midnight, Last Appearance, The Well, Home Planet of Origin, Midnight, or later renamed 6767. Species unknown. Created by Russell T Davies. The Midnight Entity is an entity from the planet Midnight, a planet that was once diamond and was also had luxury holiday resorts there. And when the Doctor was out on an expedition on the planet Midnight with some tourists, they encountered something that could not be explained. One of the people that was consumed by the entity and could see it became possessed by this force, where she would repeat everything that everybody said, till eventually it started just repeating what the Doctor was saying, until it started speaking before the Doctor and the Doctor was repeating it. This is where the hostess realised that the Midnight Entity was learning and started to copy other people. But the hostess took herself out with the entity. And, of course, the Doctor and everyone genuinely being scared, not knowing what this thing was, or how it works, and not even the Doctor could explain it, but all he knows is that it terrified him. And he went to Midnight once. However, 400,000 years later, the Doctor, whilst taking his companion Belinda home, find themselves with some troopers on the planet 6767 with troopers, where they come to a mining colony to find out what was happening, as everyone there was dead and all the mirrors were broken. However, they did find one crew member, a cook called Alice, who seemed to have something behind her, but could not be explained. But whenever someone walked behind her, as if they were striking the midnight hour, this thing would kill the person who tried to intervene. The Doctor, wondering what's going on, and finds out that it's a mining colony and that the planet was once beaming with diamonds and that they'd mined all the diamonds. The Doctor asked the leader of the troopers what the name of the planet is called, telling him it's 6767, but then when he discovered its old name, he discovered that it was Midnight. Then, to his horror, he then discovers that he's come face to face with this entity again, and that it's been learning, and that it is more dangerous and more volatile. Of course, the Midnight Entity, it does not have a physical form, or does it? This is all we've been able to gather from what the entity could look like from the behind the scenes footage, where the actors could work with something. All that we saw was glimpses of it, little bits and pieces of the entity behind Alice, and we also knew it did not like to look at itself in the reflection, and that is when the Doctor managed to leak mercury pipes so it would reflect it, allowing them to escape. However, the entity had latched on to the troop leader, that was Shire. Shire sacrifices herself, allowing the others to escape by going down the well that they'd mined. However, by the end of the story, the well, it's implied that the entity might have actually hitched a ride and escaped. Will we revisit this mysterious force? Who knows? But given that this is Doctor Who, the Doctor could always encounter this terrifying entity again. But not much is explained about this creature, what it does exactly. All that we do know is that it can learn and adapt and evolve, and appears to be somewhat immortal, as it was 400,000 years until the Doctor saw this entity again. And not even he fully understands what this creature could be or what it is, and that, I believe, makes it more terrifying. And there you have it, the Monster Files on the Midnight Entity. This, of course, has been a revisit, and I have also covered this creature before in a previous episode, but given the events of the well, I felt the need to revisit this creature, as we have also discovered a bit more about it than before. Anyway, is there anything I missed about this? Do let me know down in the comments below, and if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and to share with your friends. I've been Davros the Whovian, and this has been the Monster Files on the Midnight Entity. So, be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And until next time, run for your life.